Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Okay, well, this is going to be more than a one, two, or hopefully it'll only be a two-parter, but we'll see because this is a River of Racism episode, and that means I have receipts, and I'm probably going to have more receipts too, because yeah, I had to put some people in check on Facebook because okay, with the Super Bowl and everything, there's a lot of haters or football or anything that has to do with black, anything to do with African American, everything to do with our culture. Either you want to steal our culture or you want to enslave the people or you want to hide the truth of our past because you are embarrassed from it, but at the same time you want to repeat it. So, yeah, that's basically summing up the African American trauma and situationship that's been going on since you guys kidnapped my ancestors. But it's like you don't want to hire us, but then you say we're lazy if we don't get a job. You say that we're not smart, but then when African American women are the most educated demographic in this country, but then you say that we don't want have ambition or we are not applicable, but then you refuse to give us business loans. Less than 1% of business loans go to African American women specifically. And so it's just kind of crazy how there's so much hate and so much racism and so much bigotry. And just, I've had so many episodes talking about the hatred of Black women. And then there's so many times where the Black men don't even have our back. They might get mad. I don't care. Black men, they already don't like me. I'm used to it. So I can say the truth because I have nobody that's going to turn their head at me because at least I know I'm telling my truth. I don't care. Black men try to say I'm trying to act white just because I'm trying to get an education, just because I'm trying to start a business, just because I'm trying to live the life I want to live. But they want me to live the life that the racist American bigots have stereotyped me to live. Yeah, there's a difference. There's a difference. But okay, with the Super Bowl, with the Super Bowl, it's like, I guess there's drama now because over the last few years, I don't know if every year, but especially with certain football games, with certain sporting events, are the organizations decide that they're going to sing the Black national anthem. And surprise, surprise, the bigots are mad. They're upset. They're racist. There's only one national anthem. It's the American national anthem. It's for everybody. Our national anthem is not racist. Why do you guys want to keep being racist? Why do you guys just want to have color in everything? Because when you guys picked us up from Africa, you decided to enslave us based off color, based off race, based off of ignorance, based off of your Bible. Yeah, because when you guys said the only verses you wanted us to learn how to read were the ones where we praise and be happy to be a slave, right? Right, right. But yeah, anyway, I have so many thoughts on it, but I'm gonna have a separate video showing the quotes because right here I at least want to give the backstory because it's like I recently just had someone write me a comment on another video telling me how they suggest for me to script what I'm going to say, and instead of having the videos or like mini videos every like 5 to 10 or 15 minutes, I should have just pictures and have more segments and everything like that. And part of me is just like, well, okay, well, if you don't like my show or if you just want to hear it podcast wise, you are more than welcome to listen to it podcast wise. But I like being I like the feeling of maybe not having brunch, but being able to, after a long day or whatever, having some nice, authentic food right in front of me with a friend and I can just spill out and talk and tell the truth, tell my truth, tell the history. It's like, especially with the knowledge that I already have. But then sometimes, like, if some people don't believe me, I've actually had episodes where people, like, they find my name on my children's books at the end. So then they look me up on LinkedIn or other social medias, and then some have told me I need to eliminate myself and stuff. So it's just when people try to, especially when I used to do more clips, they were still videos, but I had like 10, 20 screens of mini videos describing that one exact moment of the story and things. But yeah, I was called an R word. I was called an idiot because a guy was like, "What kind of man's ever gonna want to date you?" Because now you're trying to teach everyone some lessons no one really cares about, all that stuff. But yeah, it's like when I say, like, it's really crazy how 92% of black women voted for the rest of humanity. But now that certain things are going on, everyone's looking at us like, help us, do for us, do for us. And now, especially when it comes to the black anthem, it's black women, I mean, black people, but especially black women are the ones trying to fight, and other nationalities, they might be like, well, we don't have our anthem. If you don't know the history, you don't know the importance, and especially if you don't know about the national anthem, it's like, because I even saw some people of color putting down the black anthem. Some people even saying there's no such thing as a black anthem. You just want attention. You guys, black lives or black people just want this, and that, and everything. And it was just like, wow. But Republicans do this on purpose in the schools. They want to make sure you guys don't learn about our history. They want to make sure you don't know about the thing. Like, that's one reason about slavery and black history, African American history. They kept saying, we're only gonna make the white kids cry, so we shouldn't teach them about that. Why not teach them about reality? My ancestors had to cry and suffer and get separated from their loved ones for centuries. So why can't your little kids learn about the suffrage? Why can't they learn so that we don't repeat it unless you want to repeat it? We can't even get the Crown Act because of your bigotry, poorly educated, no good. Because it's like a lot of you still want to say, how does your hair grow out of your scalp like that? The ignorance. And some people say I'm off topic. No, I'm not really, because all of this is included with our heritage. All of this is incorporated in our culture. And so with the African American stars, like our banner, our anthem, and the song is rooted within our culture. Because that Star Spangled Banner you guys keep saying is for the country, that same song, you don't know the whole thing. You don't sing all the verses now. It was around World War II where they stopped singing that one verse that calls us slaves. Yeah, it's like, because you see this right here. That's the third verse. That's the third verse. And where is that band who so vauntingly swore that the havoc of war and the battle's confusion, a home and a country, shall leave us no more? Their blood was washed out, their foul footsteps pollution. No refuge could save the erring, enslaved from the terror of flight or the gloom of the grave, and the star-spangled banner in triumph. Yeah. But yeah, I already passed the slave part, but yeah. Yeah. But people want to say it's not racist. People want to say it includes everybody. Yeah, it includes my ancestors as slaves. It's like if singing that song is referring me as a slave. So I'd rather not. I'd rather not. And so I'll probably put some links about the African American, the Black anthem either in the descriptions. I might do it on the screen and everything, because I want to make sure people know and learn, because it's like the history. This song is part of history. And it was a poem that honored Abraham Lincoln. The irony. Because, yeah, when you break that down of the poem, who it's supposed to honor, there's some irony all in that right there. But a different day, a different day. But it's just really sad when people keep trying to tell Black people to be quiet. They keep telling us that they don't want to hear our song. They keep wanting to tell us our song does not exist. They keep wanting to tell us to just shut up. They want to tell us just to keep to their song, the song that was written and created for the white man, the basic, decent white man. That is who the song is for. That's the demographic for that song. It's not for the free Black person. It's not for the free Black person. It's for a slave Black person, an enslaved person. But people want to keep acting like it's okay. People just want us to shut up and listen to their song, their music, their interpretation, their understanding, their freedom. And they want us to shut up. Even when we face racism and the injustice and the breakage of freedom, they want us to shut up and be quiet and pretend it doesn't happen. Because if we keep saying it happens, oh, that's just going to make their little kids cry. That's just going to break their feelings because, oh no, don't call me a racist. Even when they're being racist, don't call me that. I want to be racist. Let me have the freedom of being racist. That's what they want. That's what they want. Because, like, listen to what they're saying in the White House right now. Listen to them. It's like people that the orange guy is hiring is saying that as long as they hire decent white men, not extraordinary, not amazing, not highly qualified. But then a couple weeks ago, they were talking about getting the intellectual, smart, amazing people from other countries. So they have, like, the people from other countries have to be extraordinary, but the white man only has to be decent. Makes a lot of sense with a lot of the white guys I've been dating, and the reasons why they don't want to date me anymore is because they keep saying how amazing and extraordinary and wonderful I am. And then Mr. No Heart tried to blame me for the breakup when every time I was trying to start my business, every time I was going to try to write my books, he tried to just terrorize and just blow out the light, the passion in me. And so when it comes to the history and the songs and everything, these songs have a voice and they have power, they have meaning, just like any song. And then even with Beyonce, they want some, like a lot of the Caucasian, European American people want to say she bought her award. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Or this like she finally got this even though she didn't deserve it. No, 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 no. Well, it's not really country music. Do you know the history? See, and that's the funny part. When European American people start talking about what country music is, when they don't understand what country music is, when they don't even remember that there were different versions of country music, but then, especially because of segregation and because certain musicians were not allowed to play in certain bars and crowds and everything like that, that some of the types of country music got diminished or they were kind of hushed and silenced. Just kind of like with the anthems that you guys are trying to do today. Yeah. You're trying to hush our anthem because you don't want our voice heard. You don't want us to be able to move on from the segregation and the Jim Crows and the suffering that was in the past. It's like you want us to be encaged in a song that refers, and yeah, you guys don't sing the third verse, but it's part of it. It's part of it. You want to encage us in this song that says that we are slaves. You guys are so proud of a song that calls us slaves. But you want us to just be quiet and shut up about it, right? And you guys keep telling us there's no black anthem. You want to say there's no such thing as it. But then a lot of you, like, oh, my ex-boyfriend, oh, I just mentioned this in one of my last videos. He always bragged that he never had to learn African American history. And a lot of you guys out here right now are showing me, proving to me that you want to know nothing about Black people. You don't want to know or our existence. You just want us to shut up and cater to you. Doesn't make sense, not to me, but a lot of for a lot of the hate groups that voted for 47. Oh, it makes so much sense to you guys because a lot of you guys are the decent ones. You're not extraordinary, you're not amazing, wonderful, or magnificent. You're decent. And within your culture, as long as you're decent, you deserve the world. But then a lot of you guys don't say you don't know what white privilege is. White privilege is when you say you deserve everything in the world, being decent, but then once you're born with a permanent tan, all of a sudden you have to be magnificent, marvelous, just over and beyond, like triumphant, terrific, tremendously outstanding, gold star stance. And that's not fair. That's not fair. But then you say you don't know what white privilege is. You don't know what racism is. You don't know what prejudice is. If we're not on the same scale, because we're not even on the same scale when it comes to justice. We're not on the same scale when it comes to the police. We're not on the same scale when it comes to education. And looking at how you guys voted, you prove that you do not want that. You prove that you do not want us to be on an even scale, that you love the white privilege and that you love the prejudice and you love the injustice. You love it so much. You proved it. You proved it. And this is kind of not as long of a video, but I just at least had to lay out some things because I just keep seeing ignorance. It's like, how come so much of our country, they love being part of the poorly educated. They are proud to be poorly educated. And it's disgusting. And it's like, it's funny because they love being the poorly educated and they love being considered just decent enough. But then they want to, or I should say, the Republican Party wants to hire amazing, wonderful, magnificent, triumphant people, just talented people, highly talented people with a permanent tan. And they want to get rid of the education department. So that means you guys won't, you guys are going to have a harder time, right? Right? It doesn't make any sense, right? They keep saying that they want you to be decent. But maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but I just keep looking and comparing at all the things that are going on within this world. And then my history with how I've been treated all these years, and then how some people refuse to learn our history, but then they're proud to not know our history. But then some of the same men who refuse to learn our history want to date me. I mean, it's like, and that's the thing, like, Mr. Nohart, I dated him for 3 years before I found out that and he was bragging. I did not, like, I would have never dated this man if I had known. Especially, I'm a sapiosexual. We had so many conversations about different topics and even history and politics. But it's like, part of me was just like, how can you be a Democrat and you're so proud to be ignorant? How can you be such a proud Democrat and you're an ignorant fool? You're culturally uneducated. It's like it's disgusting. I was embarrassed. And I've already told you the story about the Martin Luther King Day Jr. thing that happened. I'll try to remember to put the link right here and everything like that. But who our country is showing itself. I mean, and the thing is, black women have already seen it. We've been seeing it. That's why we were warning everybody. But everybody just wanted us to shut up. Everyone just thought we were making stuff up. So many people thought we were exaggerating. People just kept saying that our country is so much better now. Or didn't we have a black president? So just get over it. Be quiet. Stop it. You're just trying to announce some racism just because you want attention and everything like that. When no. But some people see it now. Now that it's too late. Now that it's hurting them as well. But don't worry. I have a lot of screenshots. I have a lot of proof. It's gonna take a little time. So that probably will be tomorrow's episode. And yeah, I've got a lot of writing to do because with one of my novels, or with all of them, I talk about racism, bigotry, ableism, and everything like that. But there's one specific book that now I'm having some ideas with my character and with a chapter of what's going to be going on. So, but no one can ever say that we didn't vote for, or I didn't. I didn't. I'm part of that 92%. So, but as a country, we got ourselves in this mess. It's kind of like a reality TV show / horror movie all at the same time. And it especially feels like that because black people, we normally go out first. So, but okay, I will end this. Okay, well, first, if you at least got a little something out of this, if you can at least, like, comment, or subscribe, share, share with your friends, share with anybody, especially share with people who say that there is no need for the black national anthem. Because, like, if more people know and learn the importance of this song, if more people would learn how the other song has signs of racism, and for a lot of us, it's not a national song when you refer to my ancestors and to myself as a slave. So if you can just share that, please. And in the comments, if you can give your perspective of the situation with the NFL, the Super Bowl, like, would you have both sung? None, like, a couple people in the comments on Facebook were like, neither one of them being sung. And some people might be like, oh, you still use Facebook? Yeah, well, yes and no. I try to avoid it, but like, I'm messaging my illustrator, sometimes when I message my illustrator, sometimes they get a ding, or sometimes I see something. And also with my channel, with the River of Racism, it gives me great material because the racists love coming out on Facebook. They spill out and they say all of the racist dirt on there. They even, like I've said before, how they even have pictures and images of the Black Little Mermaid on a noose, and Obama on a, yeah, president, yeah, and they have some racist, degrading, awful, stupid things about Mrs. Obama too, and Kamala. There was one where it was so bad, like yeah. So the racists love that. So, and I need proof, because sometimes I'm gonna say things and people are like, she's lying, she's making it up. So, but if you guys have been listening and watching my episodes, I have tons of proof already in my episodes. I already showed you. Elliot, even on Facebook alone, one guy told me, because he was saying how it's like we need to start teaching children, like the Black kids, how they need to thank white people for our ancestors being slaves and things like that. And I corrected him. So then he decided to write me on in messages, because he knew he couldn't write what he wanted to write in front of everybody. And but I'll save that for a different. But go back to that episodes, because it's in 2 or 3 episodes now. And then one white girl said white is better, and etc. etc. There's so much racism. I have so many. It's so sad, but it's so easy to get examples, because they say every racist thing and they're proud of it. This is the Handicapable Black Woman. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handicapable. But most importantly, I am human, and you're human too.